Awkward silence.
3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Amal, and joining me tonight we have Andy, Mus, George, and Carl, and we are the Monday Blues here for the first time, the first preview for season 2024, and not for round one, for bloody opening round. What the hell is this? I'm not a fan. But anyway, we're here. The season has finally kicked off, and the Blues are playing Brisbane up at the Gabba tomorrow night. George and Andy, you guys will be making your way down, which should be incredibly exciting.
Keen.
But aside from that, how's everyone been? Andy, how are you?
Very well, my friend. Yourself?
Doing well.
Nice.
Mus?
Good, mate. Good. Really keen. Excited. PTSD, Brisbane, but fuck. Oops. What do you do?
Carl, how are you?
Beat that out.
Very well, brother. Enjoying summer in March.
Very good.
On that, it's 38 on Saturday. It's 38 on Sunday. It's 38 on Monday.
Nice.
I've been saying this for a while. Summer is now progressively becoming later and later in the year. The world is going through a shift. Just
What's
the way
the
Carlton's
numbers
going to win the
In
premiership.
Brisbane.
This bloke's talking about climate change. It's
Melbourne's a shit on.
Is it hot in Brisbane? What's the weather there?
going to be
Georgie?
28
It's like
degrees,
windy.
I think.
And humid,
28.
apparently.
28 and
humid.
humid. Yeah, humid
Yeah.
as shit. Yeah.
Why are we talking about the weather, but
I don't know. You started it, Carl.
You did. You brought it up.
you just kept going.
George, how are you?
Excited, man. Probably should start packing the carry-on after this. Excited.
I'll
Just
pack
need a
that.
Carlton polo, no pants, lids off, whatever.
No pants. No pants.
No pants.
In. I'm fucking in.
Excited, mate. We've got a lunchtime flight in tomorrow. So yeah, like if anyone's listening from Brizzy or we've got any followers from Brizzy, get around us. Let us know what the hot spots were. We went to a few random places last time. Can I just say, what was that? Was that Pancake Parlor, Brisbane City? Mus,
Yes.
remember that smell? The whole place stunk
I
like
can
piss.
still smell it.
Hey,
You can smell it.
Pancake Parlor, Brisbane City. What's going on? I know it was built in an old cathedral or whatever, but
Is it
that
actually
smells.
pancake parlor?
I think it was. No, it was like a rip off of Pancake Parlor. But mate, the whole place just stunk of piss.
It
Nice.
was horrible. It was horrible.
But yeah, we and probably avoid the 9 a.m. kebab this time around. So
What about, will you guys be making your way down to the plough in, or was it the plough out, Mus? Which one was it?
He's long gone, that bloke. Hey.
we might. I think that around that area there's a bit going on as well. So we'll be probably. I think we're staying near the Gabba, so we'll be
When he's leaving tomorrow,
tomorrow.
come back
Right,
Saturday
fine.
or
Yeah, are we? I think we are.
I have
It
no
depends.
idea.
Depends on the result. So
George, come back with the win.
George,
We,
George booked everything. I'm just tagging along.
we-
mate. I'm just-
take it as it comes.
and we might. Andy and I
Take
might
one.
stay for Fred again on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And actually,
Yeah.
shout out. So little mini story. I don't know. Andy might post this video. I don't know if it's a bit dangerous, but Andy and I we frequented Red Labour Arena on Monday night for Fred again, and we met a Collingwood fan who came up to us and gave us his ideas on what Carlton and Collingwood should do. And the summary, boys, is that we should merge, apparently, according to this Collingwood fan. And he said that, a lot of people belt me for saying this, but we should be called Carltonwood because he's like, how good it'll sound. Carltonwood.
I remember
Terrible.
when he tried to count our 16 and 15 flags and then it added up to 30?
Added up to 30, apparently.
I'll
30
tell you
flags.
what, the ice in Collingwood is strong. It is an elite.
Probably my favourite bit was as he's talking to us, he's like, guys, I've got plenty of Italian friends.
I'm like, I'm not Italian. He
You're
goes,
not
I've
Italian.
got Greek friends. He goes, I've got Greek. I'm not fucking Greek.
He's like, I'm Lebo. And as he said, I'm Lebo. He's like, he put up that arm gesture like, he's like, same shit, mate, same shit. So it's all a laugh. But yeah, so if you're watching, mate, lovely to meet you on Monday night. But no, we're not merging.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You're
Anyway.
a filthy scumbag.
There is an update on him. He's currently recovering in hospital after Andy and George bashed him.
No comment.
Yeah, hard.
Anyway, Carlton is playing Brisbane up at the Gabba once again. We remember what happened last time.
Never forget.
Carl and I were looking at grand final tickets. We're trying to find them after the first quarter. I could tell you that much. And then all of a sudden, there was 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 goals kicked on us by halftime. And then,
crying.
yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It was rough. It was rough.
We went from looking for tickets to looking for an Uber. Go home.
Yeah. Pretty much. Pretty much. So here we are. We're playing Brisbane again up at the Gabba. It's a rematch of the preliminary final from last year. What an effort from Carlton to get us there, to get themselves there in the first place. But it's season 2024 now. We're starting all over again. And let's go through the teams. So starting with the back line for Brisbane, Brandon Starcevic, Jack Payne, Ryan Lester, Kaiden Coleman, Harris Andrews, Darcy Gardner, going up against the forward line of Carlton in George Hewitt, Charlie Curnow, Matthew Owies, Orazio Fantasia in his debut game for the Baggers and also his 100th game as well. Harry Mackay and David Cunningham. In the centre line, we've got Jasper Fletcher, or Brisbane have Jasper Fletcher, Zach Bailey, Jared Berry. And following for Brisbane, Oscar McInerney, Josh Dunkley, and Lockie Neal. Absolute powerhouse midfield there. Going up against the powerhouse midfield of Carlton in Blake Acres, Patrick Cripps, Matthew Kennedy, and following Tom DeConning, Adam Chera, and Sam Doherty. The forward line for Brisbane, Charlie Cameron, Eric Hipwood, Hugh McCluggage, Cam Rayner, Joe Danaher, Dane Zorko. Going up against Brody Kemp, Lewis Young, Adam Sard, Zach Williams, Mitch McGovern, and Nick Newman. Interchange bench for Brisbane, Kai Lohman, Callum Archie, Lincoln McCarthy, Jared Lyons, and Darcy Wilmot. Going up against the interchange bench of Jordan Boyd, Ollie Hollins, Matty Cottrell, Jack Carroll, and Lockie Fogarty. Emergency for Carlton, Jackson Binns, Alex Chincotta, and Mark Pitney. Can we start with the back line and just have a look at that? It's the two key forwards that we'll probably use, maybe three, are going to be Brody Kemp, Lewis Young, and Mitch McGovern. I'm not sure about that personally.
Well, it's Lewis Young, baptism of fire, right? Time to shine.
Is it time to shine, or is it like prove your worth now before we maybe call it?
We like it's either him or like Sam Durden. I think he's playing in the VFL match. There's a VFL match on tonight, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know if he's named in that. But it's we're like without Wiedering, like Wiedering's like impossible to replace. Put it that way. I don't think.
Yeah,
you can't replace him.
Big shoes to fill.
I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried. I got faith. Next man up. It's what got us to prelim last year. Why lose faith now? You know what I mean? New year. They haven't given us a reason to, think, oh, we can't trust this player. We can't trust that player. Last year, next man up worked. When we needed Lewis Young to play a role against Freo, he came in and he did a job. You know what I mean? That's what a depth player is. Sweet. Lewis Young is in now. Show us what you got. Just next man up. Do what you got to do.
They also
I'm not stressing.
They do have a tall forward line, but I noticed they got a tall back line. And was it last year that Gardner was out? Was it Gardner and one of the key backs? I feel like it was Gardner that was out. But anyway, or maybe you came in. One of the key backs. Was it Jackson Payne? Jack Payne?
I think it was Payne.
Which game? The final?
The prelim.
Yeah, it was Payne.
So yeah, one of it, and then Gardner might have come in, but like so that they can also maybe stretch us by throwing another tall from the back line up there as well. So I'm just wary of that as well. But like Andy said, trust that the unit together is working well. McGovern apparently has had a good preseason as well. So and I guess if hot and humid sort of sticky day, the ball might come down to ground quite a bit as well. So we got a bit of leg speed back there.
Yeah, we definitely do in Sard, and it's really pleasing to see Zach Williams back in the side. It'll be interesting to see what extra, I guess, layer of I don't know, defense or attack, whatever you want to call it, whatever his role is going to be, but what extra layer he's going to add to that defensive unit, because we know what Sard can bring, we know what Newman can bring, and Mitch McGovern. Let's see what Zach Williams adds to that. That will be interesting. I'm more positive on that than the Lewis Young selection. I would have really liked to have seen Marchbank, as opposed to Lewis Young.
What's wrong with him? Ill.
He's had an illness apparently. It's dragged on a bit. So
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Wish him well.
That's right.
Speaking of Zach Williams, I've seen him train. I think he looks in incredible shape. He looks pumped. and I'm calling a big year for Zach Williams. I
Mm.
think we be a bit patient with him early for the first 2 or 3 games. Once he gets once he adapts to the pace again, I think he's going to have a rip. And I've been his biggest critic since day one of him at Carlton. But I am super high on Zach Williams this year.
He will be sore after tomorrow night. I think if you're that long out of the game, you'll be sore.
Yeah,
So look, Richmond next Thursday, and then a bye. How weird is that? So,
I think back on Zach Williams. We need to watch out for his opponent not stretching him late in the game, because they're going to say, all right, run him off his legs. Wouldn't be surprised if we sub him off and get Chincotta on. I reckon Chincotta might be our sub.
I
And I
think
think it'll be
Jack Carroll potentially as well. They were
I
talking
think
about
was Jack Carroll on the bench, or was he sub?
No,
on the
Jackson
extended.
Emergency, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Might
It's
roll
stiff
the
on
dice.
Chincotta.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm quietly confident, boys. I reckon we'll do all right.
So with Pyrenet as emergency, just looking at it, who's the second ruck?
I have a feeling it will be Mackay.
Harry. It's
Mm.
got to be Harry. Yeah. I think we'll be discussing this for a long time. There's going to be discussion either way on the back of this game, and this is going to be something that we discuss all season. Like, you know how last year it was JSOS, TDK, Pitnet. This year it's how do you balance them, and we'll be discussing it. So,
well, what if Harry? Just an idea, and this is one of Carl's idea. What if Harry goes to the back line, Lewis Young jumps in the ruck when we need a second ruck?
I reckon that's what they might do. When the ball's on the back line, I reckon Lewis Young might ruck.
So I reckon they'll spread it. I reckon it'll be a team ruck.
He's been apparently on fire with his goal kicking at the captain's run today. He's had a good preseason, Harry. And remember those games? There was games last season where Harry was out, where Charlie was stretching, right? He, like against Collingwood, for example, he kicked 5 or whatnot. There was the game against Melbourne where he looked a bit, double teamed or whatnot. So there's times where, it's he looks lonesome up there on his own. So you need Harry in the forward line with him. And like you said, Andy, he could surpass Charlie this year in terms of the goal kicking tally. So
he's my number one forward this year. I'm watching Harry close.
You just got to stick with it. You got to stick with him.
Absolutely.
We didn't help ourselves in that part of the year when Harry was out of the side as well. We were sending long bombs into the forward line all the time, and defensive units figured us out, right? Just put 2 on Harry, 2 on Charlie, and no matter what they do, 9 times out of 10, we're going to get the ball to ground, and our smalls will come and take it away. We got to stop that, and that's what I think. I think that's the number one thing for me is we saw in the 2 practice, and I know that they're only practice matches, but that's all we've got to go off at the moment, right? We've got a few new players in the side. We've got a few injuries that we have to deal with in Jacob Wiedering and Silvani and Sam Walsh and etc. Like Jack Martin. Jack Martin's another big one that's kind of slipped under the rug with the Sam Walsh injury. But we've got a few people that are injured. So there's going to be some teething in this game, and that's why I'm not overly confident. But what I really, really want to see, which I saw far too much of in the practice games, is just 2 or 3 links in the chain out of defense, and then from like almost the halfway point of the ground, a long bomb into the forward 50. And more times, sometimes Harry or Charlie marked it, but more times than not, I just got rebounded straight back. Stop that fucking shit, man, please.
We like a third tall with Sauce out, Jack Martin out, Holland suspended, of course,
till round 4
for being a naughty boy.
4 or 3.
I think it was 3, round 3.
Yeah,
3.
3.
2 games.
2 games.
So I feel like the ball's going to come to ground a bit, so our smalls need to work.
Well, this is the thing. All of a sudden, Orazio becomes so crucial already. His experience, his leadership now, his on-field leadership has this is why we brought him. We brought that older head, been in the system for a while. We're giving you a third chance now. Let's see what you got.
And
let's see what you bring to the club now with the small forwards.
Yeah,
hopefully he's worked with them. I want to see Orazio kick the first goal, grab the jumper, and let's just kick the next 12 on the Dogs, man. I'm confident, boys. I'm like, they haven't given me a reason to not be confident, to not trust them. I get why people wouldn't have faith because where we come from, but this is just a roll on from last year to me. This is just, let's just continue the momentum, continue the unity. Mate, I've never seen the club so unified on and off the field. Even supporters, like last year was incredible. I don't really, like, I'm not comfortable starting off the year with, I don't know about this decision. I don't know about, we weren't questioning anything last year at the back end. You know what I mean? So I don't think we let that, we can't let that creep back in. Yeah, we can't let that creep back into our culture.
Yeah.
You know, it's so hard. We know how bad our culture can be. We know how toxic the Carlton culture can be. So let's just try to keep things positive. If shit hits the fan in a month,
next minute, first,
we'll go riot. You know? You'll see my video a quarter time just raging, running on the ground. I'm confident, boys. And you know what? It's a tough ask. We're going to learn a lot about the club's resolve, and we're going to learn about how we handle that pressure, because there's been a lot of pressure on us going into this season, more so than I think I've ever remembered. So let's just give the boys a crack, give them a chance, and see how we go.
Well, let's quickly go around the ground. What is the one main thing you want to see out of tomorrow night's game? George, we'll throw it to you first.
Tell you what, looking at the 10 lineups, mate, what does Paddy Dow have to do to get named? Oh, sorry, wrong season. Sorry. No. I'm just used to saying that in the previews. That's all. The one thing that you want to see happen, like a 4-quarter effort, only because that prelim left us longing for more. Right, that first quarter was amazing. I understand, bodies were battered, bruised. We walked in with, walking wounded and whatnot. So at the start of the season now, you want to see a 4-quarter effort, because with that you can't, like, you can win if the effort's there. Like these guys, they're not a premiership winning team. Why the fear, right? Like I get it, right? They made 4 or 5 years in a row they made semi-finals. We're not versing the Brisbane Lions 3-peat team, from 20 years ago. I understand it's their home ground. They've got a good result there. They get good results there. But why the fear? They haven't won flags. They're the same as us. So at the end of the day, 22 blokes versus 22 blokes. I want to see a 4-quarter effort, and consistency, and he said, like, heads not to drop from a supporter base, from a player base as well, right? So, and you see Collingwood do that really well when you make a mistake or you mess up. All right, heads up, rally around each other, get on with the next one. And I feel like if we let Brisbane get that roll on, remember when they had a bit of a steamroll against us in that second and third quarter, and you could just feel the game, dropping away. So you want to be in it every minute of the game. So a fast start is all well and good, but a consistent effort. That's all you want to ask for.
Yeah. Peter V. Bluebagger in the chat would like to see transition, especially from Zach Williams' side and Boyd. Now, Boyd isn't playing, but from Zach Williams' side, I'm 100% in agreement with Peter there. I think that's probably going to be the key for me. For all those watching along, let us know what you'd like to see. What's the most important thing you want to see from the boys out in the park tomorrow night? If you haven't subscribed as well, make sure that you do. Just click that subscribe button. It will help us a lot. Mus, what would you like to see?
No injuries. Get out the game 4 quarters without any injuries. Look, it's early on. We finished off tail end of the year. I think it was 9 wins in a row, 9 elimination games we had to win. So I think it's really imperative that they come out the blocks and get it done. It's about this is the time when they need to start gelling, not 3 quarters of the way through the season and having to win 9 elimination finals. So the only thing for me, it's a big standout. Pitternet, he's had a pre-season to get ready. To me, he's not fit. I don't know. The midfield is stable. I like it. And it's the same names mixing around. They all sort of work, roll over, get it done. The back line and the forward line, there's been lots of changes. What is the game plan going forward, kicking forward? Is it to a leading Harry? Is it to a leading Charlie and Erasio get in front? It's early on, I know. There's some new names in there. But I think we need to sort of work out what we're going to be, in 2024, what our gold standard is, what our plan B is, and how we're going to get it done. Like, I'd hate to see us kicking this long bomb and hoping for the best. That's all. There's a lot of changes, and I think we've got to work out what's going to work for us.
Well, so on Pitnet, do you reckon that it's not fit, or do you reckon it's a tactical move? Well, I personally don't know. I haven't really looked.
I reckon it's tactical.
What's the tactics behind it?
I reckon he's too slow.
He does labour. He does labour around the ground. There's no
Brisbane's
denying
a quick team, yeah? Brisbane's a very quick team. We're going to have a brick in the middle of the ground.
I mean, if you think about it, you got like Cripps, Hewitt, Kennedy. It's not the fastest midfield. Obviously, you got Walsh out hurts from a speed perspective, and then if you have Pitnet in there, I guess you could look at it that way. But I think that, like, also you look at some games where he plays with TDK and he sort of bullies and beats up the other ruckman, and then TDK comes in and finishes the game strong. So, it's going to be interesting. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. And actually, like, it's a bit of a sort of a controversial call. But if you remember the prelim, there was 4 players dropped: Kennedy, Owies, Kemp, and Cunningham got dropped for the prelim. So I think for them, they're going to be raring to go, all 4 of them, because they're named.
All named, yeah.
Because I think Harry came in, Martin came in, Jordan Boyd came in for that prelim. So, like, those 4 players sort of will, I don't know if it's be raring to go or have a point to prove, but yeah, that'll be interesting watching.
Andy, what about you?
I'm looking forward to, or what I want to see, and what I'm looking forward to seeing. I want to see Ollie Hollins, Fogarty. I want to see Kemp. I want to see Orazio, Owies, all the guys that have a role to play. And is Cottrell in the team, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah, on the bench.
Okay. Yeah, Cottrell. Without them, we don't win. If they don't all play, like, it's going to take a team effort. Brisbane isn't a team where you can have any passengers. So I'm looking forward to see, like the second tier players, right? Not the A-listers. I want to see them shine. I want them to have their moment. Everybody needs a moment to beat Brisbane. We're all going to need a moment, right? So I'm looking forward to seeing those little moments from those guys, because that's what it's going to take to beat Brisbane. We know what Crip is going to bring. We know what Charlie's going to bring. We know what Cher is going to bring. It's up to everyone else. So that's what I'm looking forward to. What about you,
Carl?
Me.
Carl, sorry.
Other than the win, honestly, probably the back line sharing the load, because they're gonna have it's gonna be hectic in there, man. We know Brisbane's got a crazy forward line.
Big ask.
Yeah, it's a big ask. And I want to see Harry take control of the game. I actually wanted to kick the ball straight. None of this. We got these snapping got to go, man. Like,
He didn't snap once in pre-season in that second game.
He did.
In the second one against Melbourne?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wanted to go. I
think it was early on, but he's been like focused a lot more on the drop.
Bro, miss doesn't. But I want him
kicking 6.
Calling
you here right now. 6 goals. No negativity. It's round 1. Not even round. It's fucking round 0.
Opening.
That's just positive.
The media already started planting the seed on the front bar last night. They're like, if Carlton lose, God forbid, if Carlton lose to Brisbane, they're going to go into round 1, 0-1. They're like, and if they somehow, miraculously lose to the Tigers, I reckon we're going to pump the Tigers. I can't wait for that one. Yeah, but they're like, if you lose that one, you're 0-2 before round 2. Like, it just sounds terrible before the bye. Anyway. But so they planted the seed. They're going to play on this. But like I said, 4-quarter effort. Bring the noise. Bring the effort. Hey, like, as a supporter base, if you see a genuine effort in a 4-quarter performance, you can't be negative or hating on the side or whatnot, because you've given it a genuine crack, and we're going up against a strong side.
That's right. And we're going up there as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got no fear. Like George said, they've achieved nothing, bro. Like George said again, they're just like us. They've got nothing to show for their success. So as far as I'm concerned, mate, it's 0-0 against the team just like us. Let's swing first.
It's going to be a good game to watch nonetheless, whichever way it swings. Let's go around the ground and get our predictions and margin as well. I'll kick it off because mine's probably not what everyone wants to hear, but I don't think we're gonna get over the line against the Lions up at the Gabba. I think it might be a few goals their way as well. I reckon about 3 or 4. Yeah. Yeah.
Mus hated your opinion that bad. Mus is just gone.
Like, fuck that guy.
Just mic drop. Just see you later.
He's had enough.
I hate him.
All right. Well,
Poor Mus's video quality, more pixels than Japanese porn. Poor guy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a vacancy in the Monday Blues.
Jump on. We'll send you the link.
Yeah, Brisbane Lions, 3 or 4 goals. Unfortunately, it pains me to say it. I just don't think we're as strong as them. Unfortunately, for those watching along, let us know. Let us know what you guys think. Who do you think is going to win, and what do you think the winning margin will be? Andy,
Carlton by 44 points. I think we smashed the boys. I don't know, man. I think Brisbane's time is up, and I think we're going to I think we're going to cave them, boys.
Hey, how good, but how actually good would that be? I wouldn't leave the Gabba.
It's not would it be? It's going to be great. We are going to smash them. 44 points. If anyone's watching, put everything on it. Tell them Andy sent you.
Just don't put your house on it.
No, don't put your house on it. Put your firstborn.
Yeah.
Carl, what do you think?
Look, I don't think it's going to be a pretty game. I reckon it's going to be a battle. I honestly don't know, man. But I'm gonna tip us by 4 points.
On you, Carl.
Yeah. It's going to be a very tight one.
Peter V. Bluebagger reckons the Lions by 18 points, and he also wants to be wrong, just like me. 7 reckons that it's either going to be the Blues by 5 points in a heartstopper, or it's going to be Lions by 20 in the most boring game of all time. Peter reckons that if we win, the lids and bottles will all be broken, lids will be thrown off.
Look who it is.
He's calmed down. He's cooled down.
Where is he?
Luke reckons that Carlton will win by 44. Welcome back, Mus. Who do you think is going to win? And what do you think they're going to win by?
Probably should have just stayed off, eh? Brisbane by 33.
Get him off, man. Get this bloke off.
Having some technical difficulties today. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's a bad one. Anyway.
As George said, mate, you got more pixelation than a Japanese porno.
Well,
be
gentlemen,
safe, boys, on your trip, eh?
Yeah,
Did
have
Georgie
fun.
tip?
Have fun.
Tip, George?
Georgie hasn't.
Georgie.
Gone early. Bit rude, man.
Sorry, George.
We're getting the cobwebs off, boys.
It's all right. It is the cobwebs for the first live in a while. I am
On
staying
you, Luca.
positive and saying it's going to be Carlton by 3 and in a controversial finish.
Controversial.
In a controversial finish, the
Harry with
Gabba
a
crowd
top
will
one?
be. I'm just saying it's going to be a controversial finish. Hopefully like the Adelaide style against Sydney last year, but controversial finish. Carlton by 3. We're going into the Lions then, and shout out to Fred again. One of his great songs. We're going to be killers in the jungle.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
we're going into the Lions then for battle.
I missed what Andy said. Did he say Carlton by 50,000, put the house on it?
No, close.
No,
Come on, bro.
Firstborn.
I said
and
44
49,000.
and put your firstborn on it. Positive, boys. Positivity.
Positive vibes only.
We're going over there. We're walking away with a lion's head. That's what we're walking away with. That's what we're coming home with. It's coming on our carry-on, Georgie.
I got enough room. As I said, just a polo, no pants.
All right, gents. It's been a pleasure. Until the review, whichever way it goes, I'm just excited to have footy back in my life. Very, very excited about that.
Very good.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. For those watching along, thank you for joining. Make sure that if you haven't subscribed, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, share it around with your friends and family. It's 5 very, very good-looking individuals here. I'm sure they all want to see us. Until the review, ladies and gentlemen, it is sayonara from the Monday Blues. Thanks, Jets.
Sick, you know.
Chap.